Okay, Dave.
All right. Well, look, welcome everybody. Good to see you all. Good roll up today for meeting number 1246 of the Australian Numismatic Society, held here at the offices of Noble Numismatics, 169 Macquarie Street, Sydney, and we're starting pretty well on time today, 7:30 at the 11th of March 2024. So I welcome everybody, and certainly I welcome Stephen Appleton, the President of the Queensland branch, and pleased to have him. So with him it's a full house of presidents pretty much. Yeah. So there's a couple of apologies: Les Carlisle, John Manukas, Ron Bolden, Joe Detling, Linda Bramer, Robert Tonner, Mary Brad. Any others?
Colin Bridgewater. He was here on Saturday, but he went to the
And also
today.
Matthew Lloyd.
Ah.
So
Yeah, well, that one.
Well, he's okay. He had to go to the podiatrist or something today. A government one that didn't cost him anything. He's pleased. Well, he was an educator, you see, so he's
Good.
the teachers, whatever.
Anyway, so tonight we're going to be given a talk by Jim on the current up-and-coming sale, highlights from it. But before they do that, a bit of general business. Now, after this, the next meeting is back on the Sundays, Chatswood RSL. How's that working out, Rod? Is that good?
yeah, seemed to work out okay last time.
Okay.
And we reviewed the other room upstairs next to the tab, and it was empty and it was quiet. So
All right.
we're
That's-
hoping
That's the plan
that-
for next time,
yeah.
is it? Yeah.
that the lady behind the bar who was serving drinks and coffee and what next was saying most Sunday afternoons it's quiet until about 4 o'clock. So, hey, we're
So-
happy to use it.
That's good. All right. Well, so the plan is to have it in the TAB annex on the first floor.
What time?
2 o'clock.
It'll be 2 o'clock.
2 to 3, 3:30. I mean, we never take more than an hour for the actual meeting. So we'll have our lunch at 12:30 downstairs, and 1:30 we start moving upstairs.
So the organisation, if you want lunch, you have to give a bit of notice, or just turn up and say at the
No,
right
you just
time?
turn up.
Right.
We have a little private room that we went into last time that has been booked for us, but it was kind of noisy there last time. You know, they had that dragon dance and everything else. You know, it was Chinese New Year and it was full of people. So
Good. Anyway, well, so the topic is gold, and if I misread the next sentence, I'll say members invited to bring up to 5 kilos to show and tell, but it's actually 5 lots, right?
5 lots. You need glasses, David.
No, I've taken them off.
Put your glasses on.
So, yes, and auction 55 will close on Thursday of 11th of April, so no, that can't be right.
Actually, Sunday's the 14th.
Sunday's the 14th, right, I'll
Yeah,
make
14th of April, not the 11th.
make that correction. I've got a pen. Yeah,
When will the items be up?
14th, so.
When will the auction?
Yeah.
As soon as I pull my finger out and finish adding the
auction,
next 75 lots.
well, so it'll close on the 11th of April at 8 p.m. and come on the Sunday meeting. You can pick them up there if you win this stuff. So, without further ado, I'd like to invite Jim to give us a run through of the auction highlights. Thanks, Jim.
Thank you, David. Well, gentlemen, the catalogue's in production. The printer didn't want to deliver it till Friday, but I said that's not good enough. I need it by Wednesday or Thursday so I can express post it overseas. It's a big auction. Starts with an e-sale on the Monday the 8th of April, which is only 4 weeks away. And there's over 1,000 lots in that e-sale, including militaria. A very good collection of Russian USSR awards, medals and decorations, including some really rare things formed by a Ukrainian collector.
Well, Ukraine was part of the
And
USSR.
he's given it to his son. He died and gave it to his son, who brought it in. So we've got it in the online only part of the auction. And then the main military are in the 2:30 session on the Friday, the 12th of April. And there's some good groups and things there, and some important medals. I only brought one war medal out, or military medal out, to show you, and it's lot 3968, which is from a man who's given us his collection of colonial medals, right, early Victorian and that sort of thing. And this is an interesting medal because it's the best shot. He was in the Victorian troops, and this is best shot in the field, military rifles or something.
Is that the date underneath, or does that say?
1886, I think.
Oh, okay.
I'll look it up. It's lot three. I might as well give you a little bit of an education. Some very old specialist collectors would remember that it was in our sale 55, which when I read it I realised, yeah, that was the Millet sale, which was a military museum down in Ballarat that we sold years ago. It's the best shot of Victorian Military Forces medal, engraved 1894 on the lower reverse. It was to Edwin C. Jewell, Lance Corporal, F Company, Victorian Rangers. It's impressed. It's ex our sale 55, lot 79. 55 would have been held, when was that?
Long time ago.
At any rate, it says only 3 examples of this medal are known to exist. 1 unnamed and 2 named, and this is one of the 2 named medals.
Someone here.
Ah, okay.
Russell's. I'll give him his key.
Yeah. You know how to press the counter?
That's right.
I'll go up and.
Yeah, very interesting.
There you are.
We'll have to let him in again.
He'll be back in a few minutes.
So what's the provenance of this book?
It comes from the Millet collection, which we sold in sale 55. And this chap now is bought it at that sale, which submitted his collection of local forces medals and other colonial medals. He's got a good collection. I've only got the first part of it. He lives. His daughter brought it down from up near Townsville. Bit of a drive. And he's been a long-term customer. He's got good World War One medals and that, which hopefully will come soon. He's become incapacitated. He's confined to a wheelchair type thing. People get older, things happen to them.
Yeah, I know.
Some of them even die.
I'm experiencing it myself, I have to tell you.
It was in the 1400s he'd like it.
Well, it's estimated at 10,000.
Yeah.
And that's probably a reflection of what it went for before, I'd say. So John O'Connor has one lot in the sale I've shown, military. I might show the banknotes because they're situated here and they're all in one area. We've got some historical banknotes. This auction's got 2 major banknote collections in it. One estimated at $500 million plus and one estimated at 150,000. So the section that I'm looking for,
No, copyright.
and I can't find,
Not yet.
and I suspect someone's taken it somewhere,
Not read.
was the section I wanted to refer to. So you'll have to excuse me, I'll just have to do it off the top of my head. First one is a very interesting note for the Australian Wool Company, and it's actually an issued note of 1845. It's actually been issued, and we've got the other one in the sale, which is an unissued one, not signed and everything. So this one they think could have been part of a man called Wright who was issuing some interesting notes for the Royal Bank. Anyway, it's only in at $2,000, so it's a great opportunity to buy a great rarity with historical interest.
So
the one that's unissued is clearer to look at, and it's only $1,000.
So the original date, 1855, has been corrected to 1840 something, has it?
Well, I think, I'm not sure whether it says 184 printed, or and then 55's been added, or what.
Okay.
You
Well,
can view all these online now.
yes,
They're already there.
yes, the sale's online. Yeah, it came online on the weekend, and it'll be available for bidding once Emily comes in tomorrow. It's her birthday today. She didn't come to work today. Weak excuse, but she went on a holiday with her boyfriend and come. She's coming in tomorrow. Hopefully, she'll be able to get it onto mobility, and we'll invite people to start bidding.
Yeah.
That's just blank on the back.
But still,
All right.
for 100 years and 150 years old or so.
I thought I'd show you a note from Newcastle, if there's any Newcastle members. I know we have certain Newcastle people come to the auction. It's a Bank of Australasia £5 note for Newcastle.
Okay.
There's another Newcastle note in the sale which actually has Newcastle going up the borders on the outside. Newcastle, I thought that's intriguing. But that's a Perkins Bacon archive note, and it's got a printer's instruction written there in pencil. Ross, if you come round, you can go into the naughty corner again.
Oh, you sit there.
You sit there if you like.
Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go?
I don't care.
Sit there.
Where do you put this?
Put that in your bag.
Oh, good, thanks.
We just started, really.
Yeah, good roll up.
Yeah,
And no catalogue, jeez.
yeah. I know.
I thought that's what they catalogue.
Well, it just got to show people don't come for the catalogue.
They can come and pick up a catalogue, and I'll have it by hopefully midweek or
Oh, you're
Thursday.
looking well anyway.
Am I? Really?
Yeah.
Don't know if I feel
You're
well.
getting a sauce.
So we started with a best shot medal, which is out of our sale 55. That is one of 3 known. Victorian Local Forces, so it's estimated 10,000.
Victorian, yeah.
Very prejudiced now, Ross. Okay, so that's that note. I don't think it's estimated very high, that one. This is a very interesting Bank of New South Wales issue. Very earliest issue. I think it's dated 18. What is
Is it not a skipper nest?
You know what happened, Ross? I can't find. I've got all the sections here, but I can't find this session.
No.
All the Australian Commonwealth pre-decimal over there. This starts out the Thursday night session at 7:30 over at the library. Private banknotes followed by Australian Commonwealth pre-decimal.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Rod.
Told you should have sat in the naughty corner.
No, I was just trying to see the printer. Is the printer skipper nest?
So would that no date from when Melbourne was
No,
still
see,
in New
that's-
South Wales?
That's interesting. It's a ham.
No, Melbourne.
Just
the Melbourne
ham.
I'm pretty
ham,
sure.
yeah.
Wasn't 1870, was it?
That's intriguing.
1850 something.
Oh, that's
So
close.
it's definitely Victoria.
That's close. Yeah, the 1950s that Victoria separated, wasn't it? Yeah,
1851.
yeah. Very good.
This is the next one.
I'll suggest they haven't got one of those.
Yeah, that's interesting. And that's the Mount Alexander one, the agency during the mining boom. And it can be cashed in. It's St Melbourne there. Major in Melbourne. Payable in Sydney or Melbourne. £5. Be nice to find an actual issued one of that, though, wouldn't it? Does the bank have an issued one?
No, I don't believe so.
Yeah. Ross knows
It's
a
a
lot about
long,
the
long
Bank of New
time.
South Wales.
Yeah.
I've got a new Bank of New South Wales collector, and I saw him the other day. He sometimes visits Sydney, and I tried to catch him, but I missed him. But he'll get the catalogue. He's got to get these.
Did you want to see it?
No, thanks.
And this is the emergency note. When they had the banking crisis in 1893, they had to issue an emergency pound. It's in tatty condition, but a great rarity. The banks had to be all reorganised, and we had an emergency issued by the New South Wales government note series, and the Bank of New South Wales did this series of emergency notes. And this is an issued one, very, very rare. I mean, I think I've handled 2 of them. Probably only 2 or 3 in existence. I remember a lady telling me she found one in a Bible or something once, and she was going to bring it to me. Then it ended up with someone else. I was annoyed. But then I eventually got it. Just the pleasure of handling these things. So this one here is the Bank of Parramatta. For all those of you who come from Parramatta, it's an interesting and intriguing one.
And Jim, general question, in these days, gold was circulating as general currency, so why would people want to use banknotes if they had gold coins?
Oh, I think that these early ones, they were like private banks.
Give it to Tony when you're finished.
Banknotes were issued by the private banks up
Sure.
to £100 and all that. But after the gold rush boom, prior to that, specie was short. As you know, we had promissory notes in Sydney and Hobart and all that. We just used paper. We couldn't get any coin much. Yeah, but I think...
Paper money was also more secure in terms of you could hide it, you know, from the bushrangers or whatever else you were trying to hide money
that's
from.
true, but the promissory note, and they're promised to pay the bearer, so the bearer could be.
And it's 1830 something.
Yeah, but if you hit it well enough, you wouldn't find it.
I mean, that's only 30 odd years after settlement, 40 years after settlement. Parramatta. Maybe it's one of these. I don't think it's a bogus note, but now in the Commonwealth series, there's a very good collection, 2 good collections. I can't show you too many notes, but I thought I'll show you some highlights. This is a Riddle Sheehan, £10. It's issued in 1930. It's Renix number 56, issued in 1933. And there's not many of those known.
Estimate?
I think the estimate on that's 22,000. I just wish I could find this. I don't understand where it's been taken. I tried to find it at the front counter. I suspect Robert Tonham might have whipped off with it. He was in the other day, on Thursday, but I'm sure he gave it back to me. No, someone's using it for something. They've either had to refer. This is the £20 note. A beautiful specimen of the Serity Collins. It's very hard to get the Serity Collins. A few turned up in Tasmania of the Collins Allen, but this, I remember when one of these sold in 1976 at Max Stern's auction, it went for a record 36,000, and then the guy didn't pay, and Roy Brook ended up with it later on. But there was the controversy. Remember that? Maybe this is the note. I didn't have time to look up the pedigrees on these. I got the collection in pretty late, and I just made sure I got it in. Photograph. So that's estimated at 50,000.
Does the X in there have any significance?
The what?
After the X?
Oh, that's just the suffix number. Prefix, like a prefix and a suffix. Yeah. It's just X.
Oh, sorry, yeah, it's all right, I didn't understand.
And just usually they have a prefix, but some of these bigger notes they have.
Show the back, it's a really good back.
Yes, the
Woodcutters.
woodcutters from Bruny Island in Tasmania. Mr. Vaught Ronald's the expert on all these. He's even been there to that area to see the trees. It's probably the rarest of the high denominations, the £20. Sort of thought I'd show you these because we don't often have them. There's the £50. The £50 I think is estimated at I think it's 22,000 or something. I mean, it's got pinholes or something. Something holds its value back a bit. The sheep down at near Yass somewhere, isn't it? The sheep. Yeah. You've forgotten, have you?
No, the woodcutters were
Yeah.
Carol's dad was a woodcutter.
Oh, really? Well, you better buy it. What do you think? Memory. So there's a Z prefix on the £100. So they have different Renix numbers when they have that variation. That's quite a nice example. I think it's estimated 35,000. I mean, it's not cleaned, it's been flat off the centre fold a bit, but it's a full note.
So you haven't handled these before?
Oh, possibly I have, but I never looked up the pedigrees.
Mick's written a book on pedigrees.
That's what I used normally. I didn't have time. I thought I'll just let them all. I know that the gentleman paid a lot of money for all these notes. I mean, you multiples of it in terms of your estimates. He bought them all from one dealer.
Varieties of pennies.
I valued the collection some time ago, based on photocopies, which were beautiful in Melbourne. It was as good as having the collection. So that concludes those big things. I can put them over here, and now we can work on the sale itself. That's the middle, so we don't need that. The preface. There's a lot of interesting things in the e-sale, don't overlook it. We put a lot of the decimal coins and decimal proofs in there, except for the gold, and a few miscellaneous Australian coins part the way through. So, well worth looking at it carefully. Now the second session is on Tuesday at 9:30 AM, and it's a very good section of misstruck coins. So we'll start with those, and lot 1127 is a halfpenny of George V. So I can't tell you the date, but it's probably 1933 to 36, around that period, and it's a full obverse brockage. Now, hard to see unless you get the light right on it. That's the brockage side. Isn't that a good impression?
Yeah.
I don't know how many of these I've handled. I think only 2, George V. And that's the best one. Beautiful colour. So a guy came down again from Queensland, brought me his collection. They love me here in this house. He used to be. Anyway, it's quite good. He had quite a few good misstrikes, and then I had other misstrikes. It's a big misstrike section, which is a popular area of collecting now. I haven't bumped anything, have I?
Now I was just going to push that a little bit further back. Yep, perfect.
Okay. Brockages are the most expensive. That one's estimated 2,500. The next.
Wish I had 2,500.
Well, you do. Of course you do. You're 80 years old. You must have millions. You worked for Qantas. Goodness me.
Yeah, well, that was 30 years ago.
You all live in Sydney. I thought everybody who lived in Sydney was a millionaire.
Well, they are.
Well, if you're on your own house, you are.
If you live
Yeah.
in Sydney.
That's where all my value is, in my house.
Sell it.
Live in the tent.
Mortgage it. So that's a obverse brockage of a 1943 Bombay mint penny. You see the eye mint mark under his neck? Well, that's an interesting one.
Indian mint ones are more common than
They seem to be on the George VI penny brockages. They weren't as, and it was wartime. They weren't as careful.
Well, I think just the Indian mint is not as careful.
Well,
Because I think there are a few brockages and things in the
Yeah.
Indian series.
yeah, in the rupees and things. Yeah, that's right. Well, the pennies are very popular. That one's estimated at 1131. It's estimated at 1,000. So it's a lot cheaper than the halfpenny. Here's a florin that I've said is Miss Punch Planchet, 8.11 grams weight. Just to show you how you can get an elliptical shaped flan. So you've got the milled edge on the right hand side, but plain on the left hand side, because it's just one of these misshapen planchets that was stamped out when they were stamping them out. Probably at the end of the fillet or something. Intriguing, isn't it? It's a 1944. I do have 1135. That one there that you're looking at is not number 1136, but 1135 is a slab, and it's a 1943 S florin struck on another blank in error, possibly a US nickel. I can't tell what it is, but the weight is 4.58 grams, according to the
Slabber.
yeah.
Is it right or wrong, Jim? All these things becoming more prevalent now than they were in the sort of years of...
Oh, they're always popular, but they're really bringing big prices. Big prices bring things out.
The prices, people started to collect that area. And
I remember handling these 40 years ago. They were highly regarded then because the Americans could collect them. Americans are nuts about error coins. So now we'll go to the next one, which is another one of these little mythical coins. This is lot 1141. There's an even smaller shilling which only weighs 1.7 grams, but this one weighs 4.05 grams. So it's near its weight. 1946, the year I was born. All those years I didn't realise that the year I was born was the scarce penny. But I used to save them. When I was a paper boy, I knew they were good. I used to go for 9 and so on. Of course, it's also the year they debased the silver, which was unfortunate. There's a nice misstrike of a 1946 florin. Should buy these, shouldn't I? Nice 25% off centre out of the collar. So it's got a plain edge and quite a big cup lip edge there.
It's still the date's readable, so that's a plus.
Yeah. I don't know what happened there on the side of it. At the top, you see that? Looks like, I think it's happened in the coining. Malfunction there. That's estimated 350, that one. I thought I'd show you the 1946 penny. How many times do you get a misstruck coin of the rare date? Oh, sorry, 48. Wrong date. 48. It's got a. It's only estimated $50. Bit of a lip there, you see. So you don't have to be rich. You can be an ANS member and buy that. $50. And you can start at $30. You might get it for 30. I thought it was 46 when I was looking quickly up the back. I don't know what made me think that. What mint luster hasn't circulated much, has it? There's a. I thought I'd show you a lot of this because we've never had so many. That's a 1957 sixpence, which is struck truly off centre. About 1166. And it's estimated 200.
Uncirculated or nearly uncirculated, because some of them are, aren't they? Well, it's really because they haven't circulated.
I'm always suspicious when I see a heavily circulated spectacular error. Why didn't anybody notice?
The amazing contradiction, of course, is if you were showing us ancient coins, these would be the seconds, right? We wouldn't be bothered. Well, I want a well-centered one.
well, for many years it was still the attitude in British coin collectors, and that because of the history of hammered coins, that sort of thing. Anything like this, it's defective. We don't want it. Send it back to the bin.
This one's described as a partial brockage. It looks like it's been struck against another coin, and it's estimated at 500. And it's pretty well uncirculated, nearly uncirculated.
Does look nice.
1963 issue.
I think you just put your order in actually. If you knew the guy in there, you just put your order in.
Well, you know that they're
Get
very
one of those.
restrictive now at the Mint. You cannot get any errors out.
Oh, they've woken up.
This has been going on for a long time. I've seen things that are outside the Mint that probably shouldn't be, but but they haven't gone us or anything. I mean, they must accept the fact that some escape. They really clamp down on it because it's quite profitable if you can get them out at face value.
The mint's not well.
They have such security. They have a private security for the screening you going in and out as an employee. You take your shoes off, take your belt off, you know, everything.
They never did that to me. I used to realise I was
No, they did it to
fine.
me, and I was there to examine and value the national coin collection. Since COVID, I haven't been down there, and I think they're probably saving on their budget now. They keep 2 of everything they make, this Short Australian Mint. This is a full brockage of the reverse of a 5-cent piece. And it's lot number 1177, so it's estimated at 500. You can't date it, of course. This is intriguing, 50 cents.
He's from a Queensland collector.
Yes. One guy's from Queensland, one's in Sydney. There's quite a lot of this guy. But this is intriguing, isn't it? Now, I've said that it's
Big money on the upside.
just got to tell the good lady, okay. Thanks, Jim. I had a good break. See you then. That's Emily. So she's alive coming in. Now that's hard for me to work it out. I tried it. I said IA and then 19, so Australia 19 something. On the other side I couldn't work it out. I said, is it RHT? 2 obverse dies in error in the setting, I was wondering. I'm just not sure.
Yeah. See the other side again?
I'm getting it under magnification here. Looks like an H and then a T, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I don't know what the first letter is, whether it's...
Elizabeth, I guess.
A weird thing, isn't it?
The brockage of Elizabeth, TH, that property.
So with their collection that you went down to, did they have a misstrike collection as well?
I think they do have weird trial strikes and things like that.
They have at least some up on the public display.
Yeah.
Given the popularity of errors.
Oh
these
yeah,
days.
yeah, they did, that's right.
And they've probably got a bunch more in the cupboard somewhere.
They did have a collection of test strikes and things and all trials they did. And they have a David G collection of all the evidence. It's quite intriguing. And it's on digital now. I think it's photographing what they do. And it belongs to Australia, not the Royal Australian Mint specifically. It's interesting, isn't it?
Not Albanese.
No. He's just the Prime Minister of us. This is 1184 is a 50 cent struck on a 20 cent blank, according to the dealer's 2x2 as well. The weight is 11.3 grams. Quite nice condition. Obviously the zero decanal edge is lost. Okay. blank. Smaller. The next one's 1186, which is a $1 struck on a 10-cent blank in error, so a nickel dollar of 1984, the first year. That's estimated at 750. Then we have coming up a 1989 5 cents struck on a 1 cent blank, 2.57 grams. Estimated 1,000. I don't know why one's 500, one's there. Oh no, the other one. I think the dollar of 1984, there's a few of them known. So it's not no price. I hope you people are interested in misstrikes. There's quite a few I'm showing. The 1189 is a 5 cent blank. It's a 10 cent coin struck on a 5 cent blank. 2.82. 1,000 again, the rest of it. Nearly encirculated.
It's just nice to see a whole bunch of actual mint errors. You go on the internet and see all these people, I got this mint error. No, you don't.
Yeah.
You found it in the car park. It's damage from the car park.
Yeah, good point. I thought that what this sale will probably be remembered for. In the past I've had a couple of very good misstrike collections, but a long time ago. So, and we've got quite a lot of pre-decimal. Okay, that ends the misstrike section. Then we go Perth Mint issues in the third session at 11:30 a.m, followed by New Zealand, very weak New Guinea, pretty weak New Zealand, but in the New Zealand there's this piece, which is very nice, which is about 1377. It's the patent penny of 1879 by Joseph Moore of Birmingham, and it's the most attractive big red piece. Estimate 3,500, which is to entice you to bid. I did see a lot of these once at Baldwin's, and quite a few, but I couldn't get my hands on them. Peter Mitchell took them away. I don't know what happened to them in the end. They would have got spread around. But they bought an auction lot back in the Shorthouse sale in Sotheby's in 1912. There was a batch of Milner and Thompson and New Zealand pennies all in one lot. And I worked out they must have bought in that lot about 20 odd of them. That's why the New Zealand patent pennies exist. Shorthouse was a friend of Joseph Moore's, and his estate came up. That's what happened. This is in the historical medal section, quite a big section. There's quite a lot of items. There's a fantastic lot of union badges that belong to former member of the MCC, Treasurer Ken O'Brien. Was he a member of our society, wasn't he?
No.
Ken O'Brien died about 20 odd years ago. But this is not his, but I'm just referring to the fact that there are some very good union badges in the sale with Smith numbers in album lots. So you can buy for $800 things that people used to pay $800 each for. I mean, he bought some of them in our early sales. Sale 50, sale 64, sales like that. And he's got some beauties. And I did them at the last minute. You don't get time. I wanted to clear it. I got Colin to do the Chinese charms. So, what do I have to pay Colin? It means that I don't make money. My time's free, obviously. So, we did that medal. Did anyone notice what it was?
No.
It said St Ignatius College.
Yeah.
So that's Riverview.
Yeah.
So you people who know any boys who
Yeah, let's
are
take a
boys of
shortcut
Riverview.
through there.
So this is a hand engraved medal The technical drawing, mechanical drawing, 1886. On the other side, to Edward Fitzgerald, on the other side it says, maybe we can do it even larger.
St. Ignatius. Wow.
St. Ignatius College, Sydney. Sorry to keep you up, David.
No, sorry.
You've got a long train trip, but I can't let you miss the train.
No. Sorry.
Didn't you come in by car today?
No, I did come in by.
Judy brought you.
I did half the driving.
Oh, now I've got to go to a slab. We start the fifth session at 4:30 on the Tuesday with Australian Commonwealth coins, starting with patterns and proofs. And there's a pattern, square penny, 1921, Melbourne Mint, by D. Richardson, not the usual McKennell one, but the one by Richardson. It's weight 4.51 grams, and it's in a slab as MS63, and the estimate's 15,000.
I thought it was a misstruck one. Gosh.
It's in nice condition. Yeah, it's in a slab, that's why you're going to look.
Yeah.
Then there's a very interesting shilling, 1921 Sydney, 21 star. And it's intriguing because it's reported from an RFX test that was done on it to be approximately 700 fine metal, or I'm thinking 675, which the 1919 trial shillings were done in. The star was just denote a change in the silver standard, which never happened because the silver price dropped again, so that they could still produce sterling silver coin. So this is a beautiful specimen strike or proof, and it's extremely rare. We did sell one in sale 24. I think it was originally in sale 12, which is really early in the piece, and then about 1983 or 4, and then sale 24, which was in 1988. That was the other one. This one I've never had before, so I was intrigued to get this. 35,000 is the estimate.
Well,
Any takers? It's a great piece, isn't it?
very nice.
You'll never see one again, I think. I looked at it and I thought, this can't be right, can't be right. Tried to convince myself it was a modern Chinese copy. But no.
It's too good for a modern Chinese copy.
I don't know, they do some pretty good work.
Yeah.
I'll just put it back in its rightful place. And we'll go to the next item, which is a slab, because it's a Canberra florin, but it's been graded PR 67. So it's the highest graded. It's untoned, it's brilliant. It's one of the ones I got from Baldwin's years ago. People were buying for $400 from me. Bludgers. It should reward me now. This one's estimated at 15,000. Another early proof in the Canberra florins were always very popular. Is a 1934 proof shilling. It's got an ACGS grading, which is the Pacific Coin Company. And it is from the Park Hill collection, which is a collection I built up. And the reason I built it up and called it Park Hill was the guy lived in Condell Park, and Mark Freer was his mate, and we built it up that way so we would create a name, Park Hill. And I realised, thinking it was a name that didn't exist, of course there's Park Hills. They do exist. There's a little inside oil for you. And that was offered in sale 46. Sale 46, a long time ago. Now, this one is 1645 is the lot number. We go through the later proofs. There's a 1955 Perth penny and halfpenny pair for 5,000. There's some 1953. There should be. Oh wait a minute, there's small slabs, isn't there? Sorry, going to there. These are the Indian restrikes. This is a 1942 pair, the penny and halfpenny. they were restruck by the Bombay Mint to sell to collectors in the 60s, early 60s, and they lacquered them to stop them going off from the red. So you find one that someone's removed the lacquer, it wrecks it. It goes all dark and ugly and patchy. These are quite nice, this pair, and they've been graded as proof 65 red. All the halfpennies do it. And instead of the big prices they used to go for, I've put them in at much lower prices. Really makes you want to go to the auction and buy, doesn't it? The 42 penny is 4,000 and the halfpenny's 5,000 because it's FDC, whereas the penny nearly FDC. I've got a carbon spot on the cheek, cost it money. And then I've got a 43 halfpenny as well for 7,500. And that I didn't get out, but it was bought from M.R. Roberts for a lot of money years ago. So we'll go put those away there. And now we get to the Commonwealth silver coins, starting with the florin. Well, the crowns, there's crowns there, 37 and 38 in nice condition. Then there's a 1910 florin, 1640, estimated at 2,500, and it was bought from Jaggards in 2003. So this is a part of a little lot that's been consigned by the family of somebody who invested in good coins from Jaggards in the old days. And all my estimates are below, generally.
I think
Half.
some might have been bumped on top of the thing to make it go all skewy like that.
Oh, sorry. The actual lens, is it?
Up on top, that dial thing.
That one.
Yeah.
There's the cards
Yeah,
ripped
all-
across it.
There we go. Whoop.
There we go. Back to
Okay.
straighten it.
Yeah. Okay. Is this your property or our property?
Fine.
Okay. You always left it here, did you?
Hmm?
What, we used to have a projector in a box. Where's that?
I don't know.
I thought you needed it. That's why I was worried.
No, I bring this to all the meetings.
Okay. All right. No, fair enough.
Yeah, it's the ANS projector.
Very good. ANS just needs to buy a building, that's all. You
Yeah.
could con the library into letting you meet there again, but they have to have security guards on. You have to meet in the daytime.
And you'd
Or
you'd
it
have
could
to
be-
pay money.
Or it could be like the American Numismatic Society over in New York and have one of their wealthy members donate them an entire skyscraper.
Well,
That's
wasn't
American
quite
philanthropy.
that. Yeah, I know what you mean.
The only trouble with having a building is that you have to maintain it and go and look after it and security and
Yeah, yeah.
insurance and you need upkeep.
We'd put you up in it. You could stay there.
Thank you.
Anyway, there's the next one's a 1915H florin, which is full original big bloom, uncirculated. From Jaggards in July 2003, 3,500. It's funny when you have auctions and you get a good coin, you think, gee, we'll never see one of those again. I got in a 1933 florin from the Klaus Ford customer. And then I got from the Jaguar one a nice 33 florins. So I got two gem 33 florins in one auction. Then I also got 6 1930 pennies.
Got
It
10.
doesn't
though.
rain, it pours.
Only once got 10.
I had 11 once in the same.
Oh, okay.
That's the record.
Not from the one vendor.
No. We've split them up. There was 6 and 5 different sessions. I nearly split these up. I thought, no, that's the point. I meant to show you 1608, which was a proof. It's a proof 1945 penny, and you know, if it's a Melbourne one, it's worth a lot of money, but it's Perth.
It's 21.
Yeah, that's a nice 21. And that's got the Klaus Ford holder. And you can see what we charged. It's estimated at 5,000. What was the price in the packet? 10,750.
So it's now reasonable.
Are you saying Klaus was unreasonable?
I always found Klaus expensive,
Well, good
but
coins.
he had good quality, and he always did say that was his super.
Yeah.
You know, every time I complained about the price, he always said, "It's my super."
Yes, he had those humour.
I always remember one story. I was after a 1864 Hong Kong 10 cents
Very rare.
in one of your auctions,
Yeah.
and Klaus was bidding against me, and he pushed me up and pushed me up and pushed me up, and finally he won it. And about 5 years later, I bought the coin off him for less than he paid. So,
It can happen. Auctions are dangerous places. That's why you will stay away.
yeah,
Anyway, that's a proof Perth Mint 1945 penny. It's lot 1608, and it's estimated at 4,500. Proof 64 BN, which means brown colour. I just noticed that it's hard to keep up with this show next. Now this is another one of Klaus Ford's. It's the 33 florin, which I really rate as a great coin. We know 32's turned up in a swimming pool hall in Brisbane once, changed their rarity rating. 33s didn't. This is a beauty. We've called it choice uncirculated, one of the finest known. And then the next lot is uncirculated, full mint bloom, one of the finest known. So I thought I'd only show you one. It's quite a brilliant one, so full mint bloom, well struck on the obverse, centre diamond and pearls. Serious numismatics, David, when we talk about pearls and diamonds and conditioned and surfaces, but some of these coins are very hard to find. It's always a pleasure to get them. Just to handle them. Love to pull out trays of 6 pieces of 1916 like that. Our first coins, 1916, minted in Melbourne, with a mint mark under the date. Prior to that, they were all minted in the UK.
London. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's beautiful condition, that one, and that's lot 1690.
Yep, 1690.
That one was $2,000. It was from Jaggards. What did they charge for it?
Have you written on the super thing? Otherwise.
3.5. See?
3.5.
Yeah, now the 1691's a 1920. Patinated mint bloom, choice uncirculated. 2,000 is the estimate. The 1921 hoard yielded to some 1921 coins, but that's a really good one prior to that hoard. What did you charge for that?
3950.
Yeah. Wouldn't you like to be an investor having paid those prices and now realising that?
Nice coin.
Beautiful. They're great coins. I only show the best to you people. I do. Outside at the back there are boxes and barrel loads of bins
More pennies?
of bulk.
There'd be more pennies.
Unbelievable. World, beautiful badges and everything.
He likes making us salivate.
1712 is a. I didn't show you the 1922 over on flipping, sorry. Got to get it out. 17, is that 12 or 22?
25.
22.
Yeah, okay, so that's the 1925 penny. bought from Bob Roberts. The plain die state, slight planchet floor at 9, mirror-like obverse field. Some original red in the legend. Most attractive, nearly uncertain, very rare. One of the 5,000 yesterday.
Had a 10,000 ticket on it.
A long time ago too. But you know, with 60% it can be sold for 3,000. You've got to remember that. You don't have to pay the estimate. If no one else is bidding against you, you bid it for us.
But you would like them to.
Well, that's why I'm trying to encourage you to get excited and bid against each other. Get jealous if the other man gets it. Make him pay. What have we got here? Oh, not a 1930 penny.
105.
What's 1728? Well, it's not the best one we've got. It's ACGS grading on that one. 17,500 is the estimate. It's 6 pearls, even brown patina, nearly very fine. Pretty good coin, really. The last time I had a few 1930 pennies, one man came into the auction, he bought all 4. He's still got them. And he is a dealer.
Just wonder if he tossed them in the ocean to make the rest of his coins more valuable.
I hardly think so. His check was for 93,000 or something. Now he can buy 6. He'll have 10, won't he?
Oh, sorry, what was the last number?
1728.
Yeah.
Not the top graded 1930 penny. I've overlooked it. Mind you, they're not in lot number order out there. They're in entry order, and you've got to fiddle around and look for them. This is lot 1730, which is rubbed and retoning, clear pearls, 6 clear pearls, 15,000 estimate. Have a look at that under the light, and you might like it. There's yet a third 1930 penny I'm going to show you because it's got a bit of a history story.
A bit worn, but not too bad.
The next one's 6 pearls and a good find, but it has had a chisel cut, which kind of identifies it forever. Why has it got a chisel cut? I don't know. I called it a chisel cut. It's right in the edge at about 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock. Only on that side. It happened in manufacture, I don't think so, but I don't know what happened.
Well, it should be in your error lot.
Yeah, it should be.
This stripes.
Now this was owned by a man called Bob Clark, who did the Buffhead cartoon. And he was an old member of our society, R.B. Clark. Anyone remember the Buffhead cartoon?
Yeah.
So he had a good collection. Well, this chap who gave this to me, he lives in Canada. He came here and he was telling me where he got it from. I said, oh, that's fascinating. I was telling him how I knew Bob Clark. And then Colin was here and he said, oh, I bought his token. I remember going up, not far from where I live, it was Concord. He lived in there. And anyway, so this is where this 30 penny came from. So it's estimated at 10,000. Again, you can buy it at 6,000. So. You can't buy it for 2,000. Unless I tell the auctioneer, just sell it.
Don't want to see it again.
30 pennies. They were my nemesis. I started buying 30 pennies in 1960. Paid £3, £4, and I had to pay £5 for. Travelled on the train and that to different people. I ended up with 6, and only Colin Pitchfork got them down there. It was a big trade. He gave me English copper coins and that. Took my crowns and 30 pennies. Then I had to buy one back from him because they jumped to. From £5 they jumped to £10. Then I didn't worry about it. Then I went to £60. I had to get one back from him at £60. A big swap. Just to have one. Silly, isn't it? Then they went up. They just kept going up, and then they've stabilised. This is why am I showing a 1931 penny? Well, we've got two in the sale, and this is the 1931 dropped 1 penny with the Indian obverse die, master die. And it's quite rare. In fact, they say it's rarer than a 30 penny. We've had a few because the vendor bought a few out of our sales, and this is buyer and dealer, so this is one. And it's estimated at 3,000.
3950 here.
Yeah. The next one's also estimated at 3,000, but I haven't shown that. There's a lot of big 23 halfpennies in the sale. I think I counted we've got over 25. Some in the night, good night art session, then the next day session. Now, here's an intriguing coin. New South Wales Holly doesn't have a lot number on it, does it?
It's a strong room.
Yeah, it's lot 1791. It's estimated at 120,000. It's from a Glendinning sale from an estate in Scotland, and Fred Scarf's collection. He was a member of the society.
Yeah, Queensland member.
Yeah.
Yes, we all remember.
I remember him now.
So it's well centered really. It's well attractive. Holy dollar is. Estimate's 120,000.
What's the lot number? Oh, there it is.
1791.
You got it.
Yeah, what did I write it down?
No, you're right.
How many of you've got a holy dollar? Hands up. See?
Well, a lot of
Graham's
replicas.
Graham's got one. He's got a real one. He got it from me. How long ago did I sell you that?
A long time ago, it's 4,500.
Coin that it's knocked out.
Now this is a worn holy dollar, and it's stamped T Knight, countermark. And we think he was some kind of a silver dealer in the UK, I'm not sure. There's 7 of them known. This one comes from the Alexander Patterson collection, which was sold at Bottoms in London in 1996. And the old boy who owned this coin and a few other coins that are in the auction bought it at the time. I don't know what he paid for it, but we've got 30,000 of this one. It's historically interesting, and it is a holy dollar.
So he actually removed the
It's
The
just
counter
worn.
marking.
No, it's just worn. Terribly worn. I don't know why it wore in there so much. And the other side, it's clear.
Yeah.
Intriguing, isn't it? Normally you'd expect equal
Used as
amount
a
of...
washer.
He could have done, yeah.
Maybe the counter stamping wasn't done properly.
Oh, it would have been.
You know, usually if it's just one side without the counter stamp on the other side, you get the raised bit, as Bruce showed us when he does his.
30,000 estimate?
Yeah.
You said it was?
Yeah. I forgot to show you a very nice 1936. Oh, no, that's coming up. No, I should have shown you that. That was something you don't need to see a beautiful looking 36 fly. One you can afford. I think it's got 500 on it. Like a proof. Locked. It was lot 16. You're not falling asleep, are you? You people. Ah, it's in a slab and it wasn't illustrated. You got away with murder there. 500 estimate. Oh, it's not illustrated. Brilliant full mint bloom, choice uncirculated. In a slab by PC Juice's MS65.
Is it illustrated on the website? Oh, well, you can always add it.
Yeah, probably get inquiries for that. requests for pictures. Get it all day long. The auctionists, we get requests. They want the photos of every page in an album.
I know it well. I sometimes get to answer the questions.
So now after the dollars we show dumps, and there should be, I thought I got a dump out that was,
That one? On the table there? 94?
yeah, I didn't get all three out. So this is 1794, which is private purchase in 1990 from Jaggards with a 2x2 holder. I think Jaggards, I'm not sure, I've got a question mark. I've got to learn the styles of some of these dealers and they bid tickets. It's quite a nice one, it's a D2. Traces of the reverse of the host coin on the obverse, even dark blue grey patina, nearly very fine and rare. Estimate 16,000. This is from the collection with the T-Knight Holy Dollar. But for you A&S members, there is a dump. There is one for you. Lot 1795 is an A1 dies, and it's rated as very good, grey tone. 1500 is the estimate. But you can see that's a dump. You can even see New South Wales. You can't quite see the date. Damage there. But on the other side you can see. So it's an affordable dump. See, you can see 15 pence. I'll be amazed if it only brings 1500, but you never know. Cost of living crisis, people aren't spending. Economy's in recession in reality.
Collectors will find some way of finding it, getting the funds.
I hope so.
The Treasurer's removing the tariffs on so many items. Does that mean that you're thinking of bringing down the buyer's commission?
Not the buyer's premium, but I'd love to give up the GST because I have to pay that to the government all the time. It's hard to hang on to it and pay them. This is an Adelaide pound, which this chap brought me quite a few nice gold coins and mints and everything included. And this is his Adelaide pound. It's got a little X on the reverse at the 1130 position near the edge, scratched in it, otherwise it'd be a beautiful coin. And it's the way the die state with the little tiny dots above 22 carat on the reverse. See those tiny dots above 22 carat. And see the X at the top?
Yeah, next to the
X marks the spot. And some guy couldn't sign his name probably. They claim to the coin. But it's estimated at 12,000, so it's a bargain. It was bought from Monetarium December 2000 with the 2x2 holder. And the man who was selling to him was Barry Windsor at the time, working for Monetarium. So he bought a lot of his coins from Barry Windsor. There's a price there.
1250.
No, it'd be more than that.
12,500.
12,500, yeah. 12,500.
Bargain. Adelaide pounds are popular. This is, where's my type ones? I've got to go here. Okay. Yes, type 1. Type 1 sovereign, lot 1799. 1855 sovereign. We've got 6 type 1 sovereigns in a row. And what have we got? Oh, no, I didn't. Anyway, doesn't matter. We've got 6 and they're all very nice. That's graded as AU55. I call it nearly EF. Can't see them through these slabs very easily. Anyway, you can pass on that one.
Slabbing on gold coins is quick, isn't it?
What's the estimate on that?
Slabbing on gold coins.
It's 15,000. I'm forced to put 15,000 on it because I had one bloke wouldn't sell his under 15,000. I had one 10,000. So sometimes you have to compromise or make all the same, otherwise it looks stupid. Same grade, 15,000 and 10,000. Doesn't make sense. But you can buy it at 60%, which is 9,000. It's not the best one, I thought I've got something out and I must have added it. Anyway, I didn't want to. It's already getting up to 8:45, isn't it? You want me to stop in a few minutes? I'll go quickly now.
Yeah, sure.
Let's go quickly.
Got a few more minutes.
I mean, I'm taking too long, aren't I?
Just depends on what time you want to get home, Jim.
Oh, I'm okay. I'm just thinking of David and the others.
No,
David's not in a rush.
Oh, okay.
well, I don't know what time Judy's going to finish her choir practice, but, you know, that's when I have to go when she gets here.
That's a half sovereign, first type, Sydney Mint.
Mm.
Made here in Macquarie Street. We're looking for 1855s in that condition.
It's 1856.
This is an 1860 sovereign coming up, lot 1808. The estimate's 10,000. It's a 6/5 variety. Big thing. Very hard to be sure. You've got to get it at the right angle. That's it. You've got to get there. Just, yeah, that's it. You can see the beautiful structure right there. There's two of them in the cycle. I had one from Chris Hall's collection, which hasn't sold yet. It's up for the third time. Just got a scratch, that's what kills it. It's estimated 8,000, it's in lovely condition. I know George has got plenty of these coins and he hasn't brought them to me yet.
He hasn't heard you.
That's just as well. The world has. Once Rodney gives it to TikTok or something. 1862, that's the other really rare date. It turns up in nice condition. These particular coins are really nice and they come from a source out of eastern India, not far from Colombo and Ceylon.
These have come from.
No, that was 1860, this 1862. They haven't been in my auctions before, these particular examples.
Just wonder how many more they've got.
None.
These Sydney Mint sovereigns were very popular with Indian traders because of the silver content. Now they preferred those over the British ones, which is why they.
And the British didn't want them because they weren't their sovereign. And they ships gave the coins up to get produce to take back to India. That was profitable for them. And that's why so many got hoarded in India. And we don't see them turn up in mint condition in Australia. Once they're in Australian circulating, they get wrecked. A lot turned up in central banks in Europe and that in auctions. I remember Sotheby's selling quite a lot at one time. But, we know our own Reserve Bank had a bit of a hoard. Now we jumped then out of the Australian gold. We don't want to bother with any more of that, and we don't want to bother with the miscellaneous.
Halves. No good halves?
Yes, there's a few good halves.
Like,
But then that 7th session is miscellaneous, includes coin cabinet or a metal cabinet from the late Michael Mayton, and bullion gold things and jewellery and
You drop him off at Hornsby?
yes.
then that was at 11:30 second quality gold, Australian gold, and at 2:30 on the Wednesday is second quality Commonwealth, where there's 23 halfpennies. Then that continues the 9th into the 10th at 4:30 with sixpences and other things, and I haven't brought any of these to show. That, a lot of Australian. Finished on the Wednesday. Then at 7:30 at night on the Wednesday, British coins. We've got British gold with a Henry VII angel and a Henry VIII angel, and then there's this guinea, the fourth type of George III, 1775. There are an intriguing number of little hammered coins from Steve Green's collection. He had stuff in our last sale, and these ones are mostly Edward Henry III and that sort of thing. There's some interesting nice condition. That one's estimated at 1,500 flowers. $2517 is a milled coinage shilling of Elizabeth,
Yeah.
and it's intermediate size. We think it could be from Linkford. It's Glendenning's in October 46, £2.10. I haven't had it since that time. It's been in other hands.
Nice coin.
They introduced some mill coins in Elizabeth's reign, as you know. And,
An unfortunately brief experiment.
yeah. And then jumping up Charles I, that's the sixpence of Elizabeth. And we jump up to Charles I with lot 2523. We've got a York Mint silver half crown when the mint was travelling for the king.
It's a nice coin too.
This is the half crown of York. Iborachi, which is the Latin for York. Yeah, the king on a slowly walking horse. It's worn, but you know it's not expensive. It's only what do I have on it? 1,500 or something. I remember when they used to be quite inexpensive. I meant to get out the one that I used to own, the Newark shilling of 1645. I sold at Glendenning's in 1975 for £165. Now it's got 6,000 on it. Yeah, that's 650, that half crown. I don't know why I didn't get there on that. Well, you know, we're not organised yet for this sort of showing. I put this one out. It's a 3 shillings from a name collection in the Auction of English, and that's the collection of Stephen Turner. And I couldn't find the bloody picture for it. I said, this is illustrated. We obviously had the wrong number on it. We couldn't find the picture. So there's the coin. It does exist and it's in nice condition, nearly uncirculated. First type of the 3 shilling token, with the armoured laureate head to the right, George III. The bank issued silver coins because they were so short of silver. And they, remember they made the Bank of England dollar or 5 shilling piece. We've got one of those in the sale. But you've seen them before. I just wanted to bring attention to Stephen Turner's collection and point that out. It's not illustrated, but it should have been. Another one from his collection, he had a few wreath crowns. This is a 1936 wreath crown. George V when they debased the coins, the fourth coin is down to, well, they'd already debased them, so Stephen Turner has a Gothic crown, but it's only $600. What a bargain. Gothic crown, it's graded as plugged from a mount removed at the edge. Otherwise polished, toned extremely fine. $600. Worth buying.
Why would you put a hole in a crown?
Well, they sometimes put the hole in the edge to put in a swivel mount or brooch.
I was thinking it's too big to wear as a medal.
No, that's what they did. With this one, that's why it's affordable. That of course, 1936 is when Edward VIII was king, George V was king, and then later George VI. Then we jump to a nice gold coin of Austria. The British finish that night, and we start the next morning at 9:30. You've got to be up early. The first coin is the 2 ducats of 1786, and then there's this 4 ducats of 1811, which is estimated 2,500. Beautiful condition. From here it looks like a different date, doesn't it? 1811. You've got to angle the corner at the top there. Can you move it around? Yeah, you can see the date.
1811.
Yeah. The ruler is Franz II. He became Franz I of Austria. Slightly later, at this stage he was Franz of Austria as well. But they keep putting Franz II in the World Coin Catalogue, which is right, they have one in brackets.
Yeah, Franz II, Holy Roman Emperor,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
which
then it's
Napoleon
Austria.
abolished, and then he became
Franz I
Austria.
of Austria. And then you had Franz Joseph, who lived for 1,000 years, didn't he?
He seemed to do, yeah, not quite 1,000, but
It's the moustache.
he lived a while.
Oh, I got the 2 ducats out, I just had it out of order. From the same collection.
1786.
2 ducats.
So this was
Joseph II.
the Holy Roman Emperor. I forget what it was. Was the Battle of Austerlitz? Was that when he abolished? I think.
I don't know.
That was the battle he won. The abolition was happened by treaty sometime afterwards.
I think it was Austerlitz when he defeated Austria.
Yeah.
I think.
You can see the
I've got a nice gold coin of Brunei, a modern coin, which is illustrated in the catalogue, of course. And it's a lot of gold in this one. It's on our highlights of our auction. I decided to show it. It's more than an ounce, and it's $4,000 estimate. It was struck by the Royal Mint, and this has got a certificate number 283. I think they only struck 300 or 400 or something like that. Not many.
It's 10th anniversary.
There's not many coins of Brunei that you can collect. This is probably one of the most expensive ones. Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah.
What year
Proof
is that one?
$1,000, 1978.
What year?
1978. This became Sultan in 68, and this is 78, so it's the 10th.
So was he a collector?
Must have been. Wasn't it?
Remember when Barrett went to his... Don't you remember that?
Yeah.
Barrett went to a birthday party he had.
Did he? Well, that could have been too, yeah. We knew someone. He's still alive, Barrett.
1788.
He sold a bit of stuff for one of the auction houses
1 year before the
recently with fantastic estimates on it. Which company was it?
1788. Good year for settlement.
Yes. So this is France. Lot number 2693, estimate 1800. Slight adjustment mark to the reverse field. Some mint blue and good experience. in the same estate as the Austrian 4 ducats. We got this Hungary gold equivalent to 5 ducats coin by C.H. Roth, Christian Hermann Roth, 1645 to 1690. It's a good luck sort of a coin. St. George on the obverse and the religious theme on the reverse, sailing in a boat. It's supposed to bring you good luck. But that was a gold version. We've got a couple of silver versions from a Hungarian collection, but this gold one came from there. And it's estimated at $2,000 and it's 17.16 grams. This is quite a big gold coin. And the next is a metallic ducat of Elizabeth, the Hungarian queen, for the coronation in Buda, which is not Budapest, it's the 2 cities, just Buda.
Yep.
So it's an unusual coin, and you look it up by, I don't know how you've not got a KM number, that's for sure. Not even in unusual world coins. It's like a coin.
Prince Joseph's wife.
There's a very large 1,000 foreign Hungary in 1967 that's must be an ounce and a half, 2 ounces nearly, I'd say.
Famous St. Stephen.
2725 is Israel, a country in the news. Approved 500 lirot of 1975, 25 years of the state of Israel. This comes from a gold collector who gives me gold coins occasionally for each auction. I don't know what they're all going to do when I'm gone. It's hard to get people enthusiastic about what I do. I live and breathe, it's fun, but you know, my son has his own young son and his wife, and times. I remember when I had to push a pram around too once, cycling it.
You're not allowed to go.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Well, you bring me the formula. I thought it might be beer that would keep me going, but I do not.
I don't think so. It's actually working that keeps you going.
I think you're right, Rodney. That's why I really appreciate you coming in. And you're only 80, so you've got at least another 10 years left.
Yeah, definitely.
This
I
is,
anticipate having another 20 years.
this is what, on our viewings?
Yes. Yeah, you and I are going to be here in 20 years' time, mate.
This is a mint Japanese 100,000 yen. I remember when it came out. In the year 62, 1987. There was a big controversy about over-minting of them, and Paul Davies was involved. Remember all that?
Oh, goodness. Are they still alive?
Yeah. So this is an interesting coin. And that, it's estimated at 1650. Bob Ilsworth.
Yeah. McDonald gave
I don't know which one's the top.
thing.
Other way around. There's 2 birds.
Baraka.
There we are.
That's better.
That's better.
That looks good, doesn't it?
Yes, the 2
Yeah,
doves.
It's a complicated design, but it's very interesting coin. They sort of didn't make anymore.
There's very few Japanese gold coins compared to other,
Yeah.
wealthy
Countries.
countries.
They had their gold coins hoarded away and they released them. They came down in price, they're 5 and 10 and 20 yens. They had them in treasury. Same as the Canadians released these.
Yep.
$10 and the $5 of George V.
Time for coffee. Kettle on?
Yeah, it's 9 o'clock.
Jim, that kettle in there, it's got a sort of marking on it, black marking. You can fill it up more than that, can't you?
Yes.
Yeah. I thought I got it. Only half
Not that I'd know. I do.
Blows up and you're
2852. So we move away from world gold. There's quite a lot there, and we go to the next stage, which is world silver. Oh no, the same day at 11:30. That was 9:30 a.m. on the Thursday. This is 11:30 a.m. Starting with A to H, I think. Hutt River is the last in that session. So 2852 is a coin from, I believe, Bolivia. So it's bought from Monetarium. It's I spoke to Walter Bloom, and we've got to go online and register this. It's got a certificate from the West Australian Museum, from the Gilt Dragon. A Potosi Mint 1652. 8 reals, estimates 800. It's quite interesting to see two of them, both dated 1652. They're quite different. Another one coming up next. Cob coins, just struck blanks sawn off from bars of silver. Quite nice condition for what they are. This one was bought from Downey's in 1980, lot 3. October, lot 3.
Nice.
We have a lot of Chinese charms from Ken O'Brien's collection, which are in albums and Colin catalogue. Goes on and on and on. And when we get up to, here's a coin of the Chinese Republic, the inauguration of the regime. The rule is Hung Hsien, deep blue grey toning. I presume it's genuine. Very hard to tell. Quite nice condition. Taken on the wheels. Estimate's 3,500. 2939 is the Republic again in 1921. This the Pavilion dollar. Deep blue toning over full mint blue. Uncirculated, rare in this condition. 7,500.
So will you get bids from China for that?
I suppose so. That'd be a slip if we don't.
The locals buy them, local Chinese, and send them back.
I've got a couple of Ross was wearing about half sovereigns. I've got a 1918 Perth half sovereign. Look at, I forgot to get out. Now, 2923, this belongs to a collector. His son delivered it to me. He lives in Singapore. He said, maybe Dad's a bit optimistic. But I said, well, maybe not. It's a Central Mint of 10 cm, 1911 silver dollar, dragon dollar, full original mint bloom, choice uncirculated, in a slab as MS63. He wants 30,000 for it. There's two in the same. Really cool. So that, and then there's another one, which is beautiful, cartwheeling mint bloom. Did I say that? Yep, cartwheeling mint bloom. 2925 estimate 25,000. That's the common coin silver dollar from Chile province, 1908. That's the period of issue. So you get them circulated and they're not worth much. And you get them uncirculated, they're worth a fortune. We'll find out. The coin I had in the last sale was a truly great coin. And I put 15,000 on it, and the owner objected and quoted stacks and I said, okay, I put 60,000. Anyway, it went for 200,000. We just watched it on the screen, the bidding going up. So the buyer was a Sydney bloke, paid 250,000 for it.
In the last sale.
You've got to follow these sales. It's like the good old days, Ross. Get back into it. Okay, so we've done those. So now we go to 2970, which is... I really should move on, I guess, quickly. But Rodney, it'll take time. This is a little Thaler. Germany, Saxol Weimar. And this is from Dr. Flynn's collection in Status.
We still have a few.
And well, it's different people have bought them from our sale 116. It's $400. Hardly a lot of money. A historical, nice coin. Is it?
How many years have you been selling Dr. Flynn stuff?
Well, a few years now.
About
There's
6
still
or
some of it
7?
lying under this table.
And you all had his stuff stacked up on the wall there for
I did for a while. Yeah,
a
now
long time.
Malcolm Johnson's stuff in the sale. His stuff. I listed all his album lots, so you've got to look at him. He's got interesting check pieces and tokens and good stuff, military related currency chits. Tony James will go nuts when he sees this. Like, this is ridiculous. Should I always do it? Well, I've just got to get through the estate.
Well, Malcolm was
The
an
rest of-
A&S member and he liked to research all his stuff.
And there's all in those boxes, the 2x2 boxes with tokens
Yeah.
and shits and things. I'll do it. But we'll get it done. Okay, that's that Thaler from Germany. Then we go to the next session, which starts at 2:30, India. And here's a really rare, would you believe, a really rare date Indian rupee, British Indian rupee. Would you believe that? Lot 3034 from Stephen Turner's collection. He's given us his collection of India, British India. The lot prior to this is 1874 to 1901 rupees, 72 of them, 67 in an album, 5 in envelopes, 1250 estimate. And earlier than that, there is his 1862 marked rupees. He's got 71. And they're for $2,000, and 1835s and 1840s, so they're all selected illustrations. But that's a really rare date. Does anyone remember that being a really rare date? Just looks like another Indian rupee, doesn't it? It'll probably, it's estimated at $1,000.
Oh, I'd look it up in the catalogue. I assume the catalogue was gone.
Yeah. Well, also give the mintage figures as well, sometimes that indicates.
And now this is 3087, which I pulled this out because, again, we had it misnumbered, and I luckily found it and we got it into the catalogue. But at this stage it wasn't there, but it is in the catalogue. 3087, it's a Utrecht Ducaton of 1784, estimate 150, and it's from the Alan Whiting collection, which was Spink Australia Sale 17. It's Charlie Vivian catalogued all those world crowns. There it is.
That was a long time ago.
Guy brought it in. His father had bought these coins and he bought in a few crowns that he bought. This is one of them. It's amazing what turns up from the public sometimes. I remember when Charlie was coming out, we were in Martin Place.
Did you hear from him at all?
He's in Ireland. I heard once, I haven't replied. It's typical of me.
He went heavily into art, didn't he?
Yeah, he's writing books and all that. But he sort of, when I got this collection, I remember driving down the Hume Highway and turning left near Henry Institute and going to his house and getting the collection. Taking it back and said, Charlie, you've got to do this. And he was intrigued. He sat there and catalogued it. A lot of nice world crowns. The Chinese dollars in there would go for 200 or 300, like I just showed you. They're worth thousands now. I like world crowns. They're good fun to collect. I never really collected them myself, but good when you could get them for auction. Okay, after that is 3154, which is a start of a collection of Vietnamese by Ken O'Brien. He's got a lot of silver coins, really good collection. So 3154, estimated at 1200. It's a silver 5 Tien of Liu Tri, who's will try 1841 to 1847.
This
And,
will be settled back.
It's estimated at 1200. Quite intriguing design, isn't it? The dragons, red facing. It was originally from our sale 59.
Where would these have been minted?
I think
Locally, I think.
in locally in Vietnam, in Kraus Michelin they tell you the mint. 3159 is a nicely toned one. I mean, he's got quite a lot of them. I've got a Vietnamese guy who's going to be interested in bidding on them. He's given me some other coins to sell in this auction. He said he really will have money much later in the year. And I think what he's telling me is he won't be paying for his coins until later in the year.
You're going to be sitting on them for a while, Jim.
But he'll get some credit up from what he's selling. I don't know how these will go. They could go really well. There's gold coins in this series as well, which are really good. But I haven't got any gold coins. Ken O'Brien put quite a good collection of them together though. So that one 3159 is estimated at $600, and it was from a Taisei sale 24, lot 365. So I haven't found out what date that was. You don't have time to do all this. You've got to get a catalogue out. 3161 is $2,000, and it's from our sale 67. And it's a Chu Duck is his name, 1848 to 1883, silver 7 Tien. So a funny denomination.
That's upside down.
7 Tien.
Be alright. Looks much the same.
Yeah, that's the right way up.
That's the right way round.
Yep. And then on the other side are 2 dragons. Yep. Very good. Then there's another one that he bought, Ken O'Brien bought from Scott Seaman. I'll say when. The same thing. I don't know why I picked 2 out, but I did. I was trying to get some glamorous big ones. He also did bullion silver bars. And we've got one here which is known as a 1 Lang. It's got a chop mark in the corner. We bought it from Scott Seaman. Should get worldwide attention, this stuff. Makes it more interesting. So after that, there's the banknotes, which we'll talk about, the war medals. Then we go on to the ancient coins. The front cover coin, the first one in the Greek gold, but I haven't got it to show you because I couldn't find it, which annoyed me. It's a lovely coin, and the sale catalogue is called Lion after this coin, which has got a lion on the, but it's on the front cover of the catalogue. It's made at 12,000. So here we bring you 4042, which is a Alexander the Great gold stater on a spread flan, looks quite nice. 8.52 grams, Sardi's mint, estimates 4,000. Baldwins in the old days had to melt a few Alexander the Great staters to pay wages in the Depression. It'll make you weep. Well, they used to turn up in hordes. I suppose someone sold them on it. What do? We need to get money. Gold's money. So a lot of things that exist in gold don't always stay in that form. They can be transformed.
Don't lose the gold, just lose the artifact.
The next one looks like a similar coin, but it's of his son Philip III. I don't know if it's his son or his relative, Philip III. They say 323 to 316 BC. Abidus mint. Quite nice style. $4,000. There's an Electrum Stater of Carthage coming up. It's only 2,500. Looks quite good. You've got to buy that.
Jim, you've got 2 coins on the
Oh, I
floor.
know, they're tokens. They've fallen out of that bag. What Mark Friel's
There's
lost.
another one.
Yeah, they're tokens. They're made of brass. They're made of brass virtually, tokens. I think I bought them, I'm not sure. 4050. This is a coin of Antonius Pius from sale 126. Quite nice condition. Estimate 6,000. In the next sale I'm selling a nice collection of Greek coins, ancient Greek coins from a North Queensland collector whose ancient British collection we sold a few years ago. It's nice to get. He's changing his field. Some collectors collect for a while in one area and then go to another. Makes sense. That one belonged to a guy called Rafi Kasabian, very big Armenian guy that used to come in, go to our auctions. Really big man. Anyway, he died a few years ago, and his son's brought him some of his coins, which were in lots. I hadn't got them all yet, but we had some interesting things. And this is the one Roman gold coin we had. I decided to sell it after some deliberation. It's estimated at 4,500. It's got a lot of his bronze coins relate to Armenia, capturing Armenia, the Roman Crusades. They're very passionate, the Armenians. I think Michael Kess is still alive. I haven't heard that he died, but he hasn't been in forever. COVID sort of changed a lot of people's behaviour. He borrowed a book from me. I don't think he's ever returned it.
I haven't seen Michael Kess in a long time. Yeah.
No. This might bring him out of the woodwork if he hears about it.
Do you remember Henry Puwowski?
Henry
I think it was Puwowski. Was it Puwowski?
Osinski.
Basinski.
Of course, yeah. Henry died, unfortunately, quite
Yeah, a long time ago.
Didn't take precautions and died. He had a lot of good stuff in his time.
Yeah.
Connections with the Russian collectors. Nice coin of Syracuse, that one. It's from a Triton sale. Just look it up. It's what number is?
4077.
Okay, so that's 4,000. It's previously it was in a New York sale in 2013. So good, very fine and rare. Then they're getting close to the end. 4094. is the next one, and it's a coin. Very good one. I like this coin. It's Macedon, the Chalcidian with a K league, silver tetradrachm, and the Olympus mint shows Apollo to the left, head left, and then
What's on the other side?
the Kithara with 7 strings. So it's a musical instrument.
Very nice.
So it was from a C&G auction, 102,
What do you got on that?
6,000. Very nice coin.
Northern Greece, the Chalcidian Peninsula, they're always hard to get. Every one of them.
The next one's a Macedon Philip II left-facing head tetradrachm, which is rare. Lot number 4096. And the last coin, it was difficult. I spent 2 or 3 hours getting these together out of the boxes and then out the back. I thought I'd show you an Athenian tetradrachm because it's a popular coin, isn't it? Estimated at 2,000 ex-C&G. Nice full.
Athenian owl.
We'll bump the thing again.
Yeah, you must remember that, Rodney, when we're passing these things around. A bit of the crest showing there,
Nice.
and the olive leaves, and then on the other side it's a very well centered owl. So a good coin to collect.
Very nice. Very nice.
I mean, you can get a lot of owls, but a lot of them are not right. You know, they're just not good looking.
Big Egyptian cut mark on the nearly cutting the thing in half. You can get those nice and cheap.
Yeah, I know. I went to Reed's bookshop in 1959 with my father, and there was a Gothic crown, £5 I think, and there was a Lysimachus tetradrachm for £12. I couldn't afford them. I just looked at them and didn't buy them. So that was my first encounter with the McCarthy's, I guess. About 59 they would have been there. Maybe it was the guy.
Way before my time. So,
Yeah.
I've just heard stories from the old guys up in Queensland.
Very good.
Well, thank you very
Well,
much,
that's
Jim.
it, yeah.
That was great. Tour de force there. A lot of stuff covered. And as usual, Rod's printed out something for your collection.
Oh,
So
thank you.
we appreciate
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dave. Thank you. Thank you, members. Yeah. It all gets put in the library in there. And I'll
Before
just
anybody
cover
gets a
them.
conversation going, who wants coffee?
Yep.
Hands up if you want coffee.
Hands up, you want coffee? Only 2.
Honey do.
3. All the rest want tea.
We didn't check what time the parking station closes, so we've got no idea whether we're still open or not, so we'll get going.
Oh, well.